Hi everyone, I'm Coral. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with a book review of Book of Night by Holly Black. This came out in the last few months. I can't remember exactly when it was published. I'm not even sure if I know what month it is today. Just kidding, I do. Anyways, this is a dark fantasy book. This is an adult book, which is something that I don't believe Holly Black has done before. So I was very excited to pick this up. I really loved her Cruel Prince series, which was definitely like YA romance fantasy. And so I was excited to, pick up a book where potentially the stakes could be higher, the magic could be darker, and fortunately this really checked those boxes for me. So in this book we're following a woman named Charlie who is, I don't know if it exactly tells us how old she is. My guess was around 30, and maybe that's just because that's also my age, but I was thinking maybe 30 to 35, somewhere in there. Not that that matters a whole lot, but you know, it does show you that this is an adult novel, you know what I mean? In this world that Charlie lives in, there have been these people that have started popping up, and it turns out that they've been here, they've existed in our world for many, many, many years, thousands of years, probably, you know, since humans were humaning, and they're called glomists. And they are magicians that work specifically with shadow magic. Things that have to do with your shadow. And they can alter their shadows to look like different things. Some people steal other people's shadows and like graft them onto themselves. Some people can have their shadow like come apart from their body and go do its own thing. But there is, you know, consequences of letting your shadow grow stronger and stronger, and the biggest of which is that it could become a blight, which is something you'll have to learn about if you read the book, I think. So Charlie lives in this world with this strange, dark, cool magic, and she is somebody who in her past dealt with some shady stuff. She was a very good thief, and she would steal things that the glomists wanted. She would be hired by these glomists to do stuff like steal this magic book. Mostly it's stealing magic books, right? So she's done that for a long time, but she decides she needs to clean up her life. She meets somebody who she really likes named Vince. She's also helping her sister Posey get into college, and she's just trying to give her sister the opportunities that she didn't get to have because she feels like she had to resort to a life of crime in her earlier years. And we do get some of Charlie's family history and events that happened to her as she was growing up, and you know, it does seem like she was purposely set down this path almost. So she's trying to get out of that, and you know, things aren't going so well as, you know, we can expect. Now the big conflict comes in, and I just double checked the synopsis. It does talk about this in the synopsis, so I'm not giving anything away. But this big conflict arises when she finds out that her boyfriend Vince has been hiding something from her, and this hits her like a ton of rocks because she really just didn't expect something like that from him. She's really thought that he's too good for her, and so it really hurts when she finds out that maybe he's done some bad things in his past as well, and she has to use some of her former thieving skills to figure out what's going on, and this just leads her deeper and deeper down a path that she shouldn't be walking on, basically. Just right back where she started, dealing with glomists, doing illegal things and stuff like that. And I have to say, I really loved the ending of this book. I thought that the world was a little bit hard to get into, and I also remember feeling that when I first started with Holly Black's Cruel Prince series, it just took me a while to get into the world and to become familiar with the characters and stuff like that, which kind of sucks, you know, when it feels like you have to put in maybe a little more effort as a reader than you want to, you know what I mean, to stick it out and continue on with the book. But I did feel like, you know, things did click into place for me, and I was able to continue on with the whole book, and I ended up enjoying it. I especially liked the ending. I thought that the stakes were very high, especially toward the ending. I felt like there were lots of complicated people that were really fun to hate. I don't know if I like particularly loved Charlie, but you know, she was a main character I didn't dislike. She just, I don't know. I think I felt stronger towards some of the other characters than I did towards Charlie, which kind of sucks, but I don't think that kept me from enjoying the book as I was reading it. The fantasy in this, the magic in this does get dark. I don't know, I felt like when I was reading this, everything took place at night, and it was really gritty and dirty, and I don't know if I was creating that atmosphere or if the book was, but I feel like maybe it partially was me creating this atmosphere for this book, to kind of make up for what the author didn't flesh out very well, because the world itself I didn't feel like was fleshed out very well, and the history of the Glomists, you know, she went through it a little bit, but I have a lot of questions still. But also, you know, this is a short, maybe 340 page book. Oh no, only about 300 pages. I was off. So it's like barely over 300 pages. And, you know, you have to imagine with a book that size, either it's gonna have to be a 400 page book and it's gonna include a lot of that history, or it's gonna be a 300 page book and you just get enough to figure out what's going on and that's it. So I'm sympathetic to that. I know not every book can be a George R. R. Martin length fantasy where the world is fleshed out and you get the history of every fucking family in the book, you know what I mean? All in all, I did like Book of Night by Holly Black. I'm really hoping, the ending is a little ambiguous and I appreciate that in most books, and I appreciated that in this. I did see some reviews complaining about it and being like, well, is this gonna be a series then? And I really personally hope it's not. I really hope that we get this tidbit, you know, this thing at the end, and then that's it, and we just have to come to our own conclusion about what happened. I like that. I really like the way that this book ended. I think that might be one of my favorite things about this book, was the ending. Anyways, what am I trying to say? So I hope that this is just a one-off, a standalone book. I hope that this doesn't, you know, get pressured into being a series, because for now it just says it's the book. It's this book, that's it. Okay, I got a little off track here. So my point is, I liked this book. It was a great dark fantasy with creepy magicians and creepy shadow magic and some really interesting characters. Maybe not the most interesting main character, but like I said, that didn't bother me so much. The stakes are high. It gets really intense at the end, and it has a really interesting, fun, ambiguous ending. That is Book of Night by Holly Black. I'll have a link down in the description of my video for my bookshop.org affiliate page. It brings you to a page that I've curated where you can pick this up, and that helps me, that helps my channel, and it helps support indie bookstores as well. So there's that, in case I've convinced you to read this. But I would like to know, you know, if there's anyone out there who has read this and what they thought, especially, of course, no spoilers, what they thought about the ending. You know, did you like it? Do you think that it hints at a series? I'm just curious. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye!